We welcome you back to Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Lax Sports Network proud to present World Lacrosse Super Sixes. And we continue day 2 of this event with Canada versus England. These two teams meeting for the second time in this round-robin format after Canada won the opener 10-6 yesterday. Travis Eldridge back with you here on LSN. We thank you for making us part of your Saturday afternoon, the second game of the day for England. A loss to the Haudenosaunee in a come-from-behind effort for the Haudenosaunee in the first game of the day. A 12-9 win as Canada strikes first here. Long-range shot beats Emily Chandler, and it's 1-0 Canada. Nice play there by Megan Kinna. 2-on-1 the other way for Canada. Extra pass, fake, and a score. Quickly, it's 2-0. Zoe Kruger on the receiving end of that pass. Much faster start for Canada than
first goal, number 15, Williams.
We saw in the opener against England, where these two teams were deadlocked early.
Second goal, number 19, Zoe Kruger.
That first goal, by the way, for Canada, Delana Williams, native of Oshawa. Then Kruger puts him up 2-0 as England misses on that shot from Emily Beasley. England led 8-5 entering the fourth quarter against Haudenosaunee in the first game today. They then were outscored 7-1 in the final frame to fall to 0-2 in this tournament so far. Canada with those fresh legs, looking sharp early as that pass was just a little too high. They played, Canadians did, 2 games last night, beating England 10-6 and then running away from Haudenosaunee 23-4. That was an incredible offensive effort. Once the train got going, it was tough to stop. Here's Julie Wise, England in the white uniforms, Canada in the red pinnies. Ella Malik feeds inside, another stop from Cameron Halsell. She had double-digit saves in both games last night. She was absolutely terrific, especially in the opener against England. And she picks up where she left off. And that one, a failure to advance for Canada. Going to get it over midfield in time, so it gives it back to England. If you're just joining us here this weekend, and this is your first time experiencing sixes, it is fast-paced, 5-on-5 in terms of field players plus a goalie, as Halsell intercepts that pass. No draws being used this weekend. It's just alternate possession to start the quarters, and then alternate possession off of goals as Erica Evans tries to weave through the defense. This is Kruger already with a goal today. Obviously a smaller field with it only being 5-on-5 in terms of players on the field. As that shot is stopped by Beasley. Sean Lee Wallace with her first look today. Wallace with 6 goals against Haudenosaunee last night. Led the way for Canada. Intercepted on the backside. And we had a delayed penalty there, sending Briar Hogg to the box. Gives it to England and a woman up for the first time. Emily Gray. Sonner has it deflected, but quick stick score by Anna Neville. Wasn't exactly how England planned it, but it works, and they cut the lead in half. Does not release the penalty. So we continue on. Player down for Canada. Saunter tried to strip that away, getting an opening and a score for Canada. Just like that, they answer back. Megan Whittle stopped by Halsall.
Canada, short-handed goal, short number 18, Skylar MacArthur.
Skylar MacArthur getting that third goal for Canada, put them back up by 2. Williams Looking for a feed, finds it at the last second, right on the doorstep, another one. However, we're going to talk things over here about that possibly being in the crease, maybe? As Canada calls a timeout. At the moment, that goal does count to make it 4-1. The Canadians and head coach Sean Williams will talk things over here. Up by 3, a couple of minutes to go in this first quarter. Williams, serving as the head coach throughout this weekend for this Sixes team for Canada. Coming off winning the gold medal in the World Games this summer. The first gold medal by a Canadian women's senior team. Taking the first ever World Game gold medal for the Sixes version of the sport. They're the runners-up in the World Games back in 2017, but back then it was the full field version of the sport that was being played at that level. This World Games in Birmingham, Alabama this past summer, first time they've used sixes for both the men's and women's. Obviously, it's the version of the sport that World Lacrosse hopes to take into the Olympics. And Canada proved to be the best team, beating Team USA in the gold medal game. Megan Whittle going to the box for slashing. So up 4-1, Canada goes woman up. However, that pass misses and it's out of bounds over the sideline.
Once again, Adams from Williams, Team Canada.
Alice Ripper brings it across midfield. She's doubled though, as Canada's up a player, able to throw a little extra attacker, throw a little extra defense at the player with the ball, and the double team works. Canada gets it back, still time on the woman up. Shanley Wallace, Erica Evans around the outside, looking for that pass across the crease. Evans again. Williams has a goal today, feeds. Shot wide.
Good pressure, England! From last year. What a memory. This is Jill. My mom married you. My dad Roger. So when Annabelle
Going on up!
Liv Thomas, full head of steam, cross crease pass, and that is really effective. Ella Malik on the backside. Second goal for England. They saw how good that Cameron Housel was yesterday, so they know what they've got to do in order to beat the talented keeper. Delayed penalty coming. That's a yellow card on England. So they go player down quickly again. Just when you think they're going to get a little bit of momentum back. Canada takes it right back. Wallace has it here on the near side, looking for Williams too high. So another stop for England.
Liv Thomas, 1 minute for the body check. England goal, scorer number 18, Ella Malik. Assist number 15, Liv Thomas.
Anna Neville brings it across midfield, and now England playing a little keep away. See if they can get a shot. Neville does. Feeds down on the doorstep. Housel, another save. Quickly, the outlet up ahead.
Go, Shirley, go, girl.
Wallace scores. A save into a goal that quickly. Shanley Wallace, who scored 7 goals in the 2 games yesterday, has 1 here today to make it 5-2. See if Megan Whittle can get one back. Another save by Housel. She has just been too good. Now we're back to even strength here for England. Whittle feeds inside, and a snipe from Emily Gray. Her first. Lead cut back down to 2. Alex Matsuoka gives it up in midfield, and a quick shot to the head of Whittle, and Matsuoka is going to serve some time.
Team England goal, scorer number 10, Emily Gray. Assist number 23, Megan Whittle.
Megan Whittle drawing the foul after she picked up the assist. Scored 3 of the 6 goals against Team Canada in the first game yesterday, and then scored 2 goals earlier this morning against Haudenosaunee. And we have a timeout here with 22 seconds to go in this first quarter. The woman up for England. We'll see what Phil Collier decides to have his team do. With time short here in the quarter, you're a woman up. But 22 seconds and 6 is plenty of time to get a good offensive look. You would think that maybe you try to work the ball around, see if you can get a cutter moving through. That's where England's been pretty effective. They figured out that Cameron Housel, if you just shoot straight away against her, she's going to stop more often than not the shots. But if you keep her moving, have her going pipe to pipe, what they've done here successfully in this first quarter, you can have some more success on offense. This England team taking part in the World Games as Great Britain this summer. They lost to Canada in group play 16-9 before losing to the United States in the semifinals in that tournament. As it's 5-on-4 for England. 1 minute penalty on Canada as that pass not able to be caught. Turnover, here comes Canada. Up ahead of the pack. Here they come. Save. Chandler right at the buzzer of the quarter. And that is how the first will end. So England able to grab a little bit of momentum back, but Canada coming out firing to start this first quarter. And they lead 4-3 after 1. We'll have second quarter action here on LSN. 5-3 Canada. Second quarter, when we come back, you're watching World Lacrosse Super Sixes on LSN. Travis Eldridge back with you on LSN. Start of the second quarter. World Lacrosse Super Sixes from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. First Super Sixes event hosted by Lacrosse Canada. And it has been an entertaining one so far. If you missed the 10 a.m. game, what a performance from Haudenosaunee coming from behind to beat England. They outscored England 7-1 in the final quarter. So Haudenosaunee 1-1 now, and they'll play Canada coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Meanwhile, England looking to come from behind here as they start with the ball and a player up as we start the second quarter, but they trail by 2. And we are underway, quarter number 2. Megan Whittle. She's been terrific so far in the 2 games for England. 5 combined goals. She gets it back here at the top. Feed down low. Wise loses it. Strong defense from Canada. But better defense from Whittle. A yard sale. Whittle 1-on-3. Waiting for some reinforcements. Wise dances out of trouble. Back to Whittle here on the near side. What a takeaway by Megan Whittle. But Housel up to the challenge again. Another save, that's number 5. And double-digit saves in both games last night. Up ahead, Canada striking before you can even blink. Looked like it was Erica Evans ahead of the pack. Back to a 3-goal advantage for Canada. First goal for Evans, native of Peterborough, Ontario, not too far here from Oshawa. Chilly day here in Oshawa. Temperatures in the 40s, approaching 50 degrees. Nice save there from Emily Chandler.
All the way! All the way!
Chandler trying to get away from Evans. Has to backhand it. Now England's got to hurry, get it over midfield. They do. Creates a little mini breakaway, shot wide, and I don't think that hit Housel, so it's Canada ball. That's the thing that, as a defense, you have to weigh, very much like basketball. you put on that quote-unquote full court press, you got to be ready. You don't have anybody back. Here's nobody in the goal. A steal and a score by Anna Saunter. So it turnover at midfield. Out of the cage was Halsell, and no chance to make that stop. Makes it 6-4. Canada answers. Megan Kinna, a snipe. Former Northwestern Wildcat, had a terrific collegiate career. Gray thought about it from distance, then she shoots it. And that's out of bounds, not off of Halsall. 7-4. A little over 2.5 minutes through this quarter. Nice steal again. Hannah Neville. But stolen right back. Great anticipation there by Erica Evans. Showing you why she was a multi-time All-American in college, first at Canisius and then with the Terps at Maryland. Do it all midfielder. Oz turnover. Lucy Devine comes out with it, trying to get it to Whittle. Instead, it's Evans again. Zizakovic gives it up. Long-range shot is wide. Shawnlee Wallace looking for that little sidewinder shot. Remember, no backup in sixes. Whoever touches the ball last, it's off of them. It goes the other team. Really keeps the pace of play moving. Alternate possessions. A lot of running. Ends up in the crease of Halsall, and she collects again. England trying to tiptoe that crease. Kinna MacArthur with it at the top. That feed to no one in particular. Some miscommunication offensively there for Canada. Delayed penalty is coming. That is a foul on Canada, so a woman up for England. Chance to cut into this 3-goal advantage for Canada. Megan Kinna in the box for 1 minute for slashing. You can score multiple goals on these penalties for England, as that one's saved. Another stop for Halsall. Loose ball at midfield, keeps being kicked forward. There's a loose ball hold in there, and it gives it to England. Miscommunication on this end, too. So England not able to take advantage of this player-up situation yet. Had two players in the same spot. Spacing so big, as you see in basketball, too. Also see it in the NLL in the box game. And in a lot of ways in the field game as well. Spacing just so gigantic. You clog things up. You see how Canada, how well it's spaced out here. You can clear lanes for your teammates, as that shot got through, but stopped by Chandler again. Long pass ahead. She's got her player, but stripped away at the last second. Erica Evans. Great defensive play again. Kruger up ahead. She's turned back. Wallace's pass deflected, and Chandler loses it over the end line. But stays Canada ball. (7-4) second quarter here. World Lacrosse Super Sixes round robin action. Zingo fakes and scores. She had a couple of goals last night in the game against Haudenosaunee. She's got her first today. Canada doubling up on England 8-4. Just at the last second, Canada got a piece of that to maybe save a goal. It's out of bounds, and Julie Wise will trigger it in for England.
Woo, Milana, way to go!
Neville turned back behind the cage. Whittle, now Gray. She likes that long-range shot. And that is a shot clock violation on England. Only 30 seconds. And go quickly, especially if you take some time to get it into the offensive end. You see Canada here, it only takes 2-3 seconds to get the offense on. You've got plenty of time to work. It's when you take 7-8 seconds to get it into this offensive set where you can be looking at some possible issues. Nice job there by Chandler matching sticks. Another save for the England goalie. Now 5 saves for Chandler. Throws it to Alice Ripper, who was in trouble there. Phil Collier saw it, and he calls a timeout. 21 seconds to go in the first half. This first half has looked a little bit more like the second half of the first game between these two. It was a tight one in the first half between England and Canada last night, the first game of this tournament. Canada eventually able to run away with a 10-6 win. England trying to figure out how do they get back in this game here late in the first half. Really the key, Phil Collier, see if you can get a goal here late and then go into the break, maybe only trailing by 3, give yourself some life here. We saw in that first game today how many goals you could score in a quarter. 7-1 run by Haudenosaunee. They had it all clicking offensively, so it's possible. Just gotta chip away. And it starts here at the end of the first. Triggering in, it'll be Alice Ripper, part of the U23 team for England. A bunch of players part of that U23 team for England. Got a little bit of a youth movement to this roster as Whittle, full head of steam, deflected by Child. And Kinna picks up the loose ball. Now a chance for Canada to add to the lead. Trying to go quickly. A hockey shot there from MacArthur will go wide, and that is how the first half will come to a close. Strong start for Canada, their first game today, and they are off and running with an 8-4 advantage. Couple of goals from Erica Evans to lead the way, the only multi-goal scorer in this game. They lead by 4 at the break. We'll have third quarter action in a bit. But for now, it's halftime. You're watching World Lacrosse Super Sixes on LSN. Start of the second half here in Oshawa, Ontario. Travis Eldridge back with you on LSN. It's an 8-4 Canada lead over England, and the Canadians start with it in the red pennies. Megan Kinna looked like she may have been in the crease, and Chandler keeps it out anyway. An early save here for England, trying to get some momentum back. Trailing by 4. Second time these two teams have played. Neville, cross a pass, and just maybe one extra to Ripper, couldn't complete it. It's the right idea down to Ripper on the doorstep. You have to think the performance of Cameron Halsall last night, and then so far with 6 saves today, impacting England's shot selection. Goalie for Canada has been terrific. Shanley Wallace's shot stopped by Chandler. She's been equally as good. She now has 7 saves. Stolen away on that far sideline. Picked up there by Bianca Chevry. Wallace, the feed. Whittle looking to pick up the ground ball. It's still loose. Nice first time ground ball there by Wallace. Feed inside Matsuoka, stopped by Chandler. Only multi-goal scorer in this game so far, Erica Evans. Couple for Canada. Otherwise, the offense, just like it was yesterday, really spread out for the Canadians. Easy stop for Halsall. Stony Brook Seawolves goalie has just been terrific both days so far. Double-digit saves both games last night. On her way there again today. That one squeezes in. Zoe Kruger with her second. Speaking of Stony Brook Seawolves, entering her freshman season on the island. Ontario native. That will make Joe Spallina happy.
Team Canada goal, number 19, Zoe Kruger.
Ray working from behind the cage. Now Whittle on the far wing. Defended by Evans, and that shot's wide. Oh, Kruger joining the multi-goal scoring party. Scored a pair last night against Haudenosaunee. She's got a pair now against England. Kinna comes to get the ball. Chevry gives it up to the player coming on the field, Annabelle Child. Shot clock winding down. Child in the middle. Bouncer is wide. He had a delayed penalty coming on England, so woman up for Canada. So interesting to see the different defenses that teams will roll out in this woman down situation. This starting as more of a diamond type defense and then adjusting to the offensive players, but kind of keeping that traditional diamond look. 4 defenders against the 5 offensive players. Shot just high. Looked like there might have been a chance for Anna Saunter to pass one more, but that's a good look. Just couldn't put it on frame. And you see the reaction of some players still adjusting to 6s, thinking they need to run out that missed shot. Instead, it's just a turnover. As we have a foul on Shanley Wallace, and it'll be, looks like even strength here for a minute. At 4-on-4. So right now, 4-on-4 lacrosse until England's penalty is released. Julie Wise trying to play keep away, see if they get a little bit of time on the woman up. Ripper gives it up, but deflected and stolen away. Kinna behind the back ahead to Matsuoka. She's all by herself. Neville trying to track her down. She can, and keeping it out is Chandler. In the crease, there was Matsuoka. What an effort. Anna Neville came out of nowhere, really turning on the Jets to defend that play, and then keeping it out was Chandler with another save. Liv Thomas all the way around the cage, feeds in front, and Alice Ripper is there for a goal. So the first goal of the second half comes from England. Or excuse me, the second goal of the second half comes from England. Cuts it back to a 4-goal game. Ball back to even strength. Behind the back save. Keeping it in on the end line there is Chandler. Already 5 saves in this quarter for Emily Chandler. Now into double figures with 10 saves. Deflected pass comes all the way through to Gray. She loses it again. Picked up by Canada. Wallace all by herself. Breakaway chance. Sean Lee cashes in.
Well done, girl.
Canada hits double figures here in the third quarter. Sean Lee Wallace with her second. Former Oregon Duck, current member of the UAlbany Great Danes. Transfer there. England back down by 5.
Canada Wallace unassisted.
Feed inside, tough angle there for Gray, kept out again by Halsall. Another save, out of bounds, off of England, it goes to Canada. About 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Canada continuing to keep a nice cushion. This is the second and final meeting of these two teams in round robin play.
Pick it up, that's it.
England in danger of falling 0-3. Long range shot kept out. Shot clock was winding down. Chandler an easy save. Top two teams of these three will play tomorrow at noon for the gold medal after the round robin. Whittle couldn't get that shot down. Kept in on the end line. Great effort. Liv Thomas trying to do it all. Instead, Erica Evans and Bianca Chevrolet taking it away.
Okay. Anybody know what happened in the first game?
MacArthur pushes it ahead.
What was that?
Annabelle Child 1-on-3, and she beats them all. Defense not gonna stop Annabelle Child. Member of the Harvard Crimson. Last year as a freshman, made 11 starts in 13 games for Harvard. Entering her sophomore year. Was not only a member of the World Championship team, also a member of the World Games team, so she got a lot of sixes experience this summer. Part of that gold medal winning team. Shawnee Wallace behind the back feed, and Williams cashes it in. Delana Williams with her second goal. Give the fancy assist to Shawnee Wallace. England down a player, and Julie Wise was in trouble, just trying to get rid of it. Canada still woman up. And another opportunity here in a possession.
Great job, girls.
Still 5-on-4. Matsuoka bouncer. First goal for the native of Calgary, Alberta today. It's all starting to come for Canada, as that is how the third quarter will end. England frustrated. Canada pouring it on in the third quarter. The offense really clicking thanks to Matsuoka and Shawnee Wallace. 13-5 your score. Fourth quarter on the other side here on LSN. Back here for the start of the fourth quarter on LSN. Canada with a commanding 13-5 lead over England as we enter the final frame. What performance here for the reigning gold medalists from the World Games. Canadians looking to move to 3-0 in round robin play. They still have another game at 2 p.m. Eastern time today. So about an hour after the end of this game, we will be back in action, 2 o'clock. Canada and Haudenosaunee for the second time. Round robin play finishing tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern as England plays its final round robin game against Haudenosaunee before the gold medal game at noon between the top two teams. It is England ball to start this fourth quarter, and they need goals now. Remember, they did give up 7 goals. They led 8-5 entering the fourth quarter in the first game.
Oh, yes!
As Haudenosaunee came storming back, they need that kind of effort. Matsuoka ahead of the pack, tries to push it in, can't. And it's over the, no, kept in there on the end line. Tough to tell with some of these, all the different lines on the field. But that was kept in on the end line. Possession kept alive by Canada. Matsuoka streaking across, Wallace's shot saved. Number 12 for Emily Chandler, 12 saves. Pushing ahead, nobody got back for Canada, an easy goal for Ripper. The goal will count as she was pushed into the crease after it went in. Maybe just what the doctor ordered for the English. You know, Canada will just try to take some time off the clock on each one of these possessions. You can't take a lot with only a 30-second shot clock, but maybe a little bit more patience than you'd be used to showing. This is quickly ahead for England. And they get a couple of quick ones in the fourth. Ripper thought about it. Now Wise will settle it down.
Defense, girls.
Good cut there by Ripper, but couldn't catch it through the traffic. She was open for a second. Zoe Kruger brings it in for Canada.
I like the way this is.
Chevery. Chevery, mostly a defensive player for Syracuse now after spending a little bit of her college career on offense. And that kind of ability, those two-way midfielders or a defender who also has some strong shooting skills, the perfect type of player for sixes. As there she sets up her teammate for another goal. Number 14 for Canada. Neville quickly downhill. Neville feeds inside, bouncer, and an answer for Emily Gray, her second goal. Shawnee Wallace had that last goal for Canada, her third. She now has a hat trick.
Team Canada goals for number 22, Shawnee Wallace. This is number 21, Bianca Chevery.
Dancing around with is Briar Hogg, Erica Evans. Goalie out of the crease. Chandler was daring Evans to shoot from that angle, and now Chandler makes another save.
Team England goals for number 10, Emily Gray.
Coming onto the field here for England is Alice Ripper. Pair of goals now as Phil Collier takes a timeout. England has some work to do, down by 7 here in the fourth. Danger of falling to 0-3 with just one game to go in round robin play. They were looking at a win in that first game. Things just drastically changed in the fourth quarter. Haudenosaunee with that 7-1 run in the fourth. And now they trail by 7 themselves here in the fourth quarter of this second game of the day for England. As for Canada, they have it clicking. They were in a real scrap and dogfight of a game in the first game yesterday, able to come out with a 10-6 win over England. And then they ran away from Haudenosaunee 23-4, and now in their first game here on Saturday, taking care of business so far. Double-digit goals for now the third straight game, showing you why they are the reigning gold medalist in this discipline. Talked about it yesterday, such a gigantic gold medal for Canada as a women's program. Their first gold medal at the senior level in women's lacrosse. 3-time now silver medalist, 3 times in a row, finishing runners-up to the United States in the World Championship event, as that shot is deflected on its way into Halsall. And they had gotten a U19 gold medal back in 2015 in the women's side. That was their first gold medal of any kind in women's lacrosse. But the World Games, their first at the senior level. A monumental achievement as Canada swept the gold medals in the World Games for both men's and women's. And they're showing you why here so far this weekend. Shawnee Wallace's shot stopped by Chandler again. That's now 15 saves by our count for Emily Chandler. I mean, just standing on her head. If not for her, this could be even worse. She's been terrific. The offense just hasn't been able to get enough done. Here comes behind the back pass. Looking for Evans, just a little low, but she keeps possession. Bouncer kept out. Rebound, Canada still has it as Kinna is pushed. Loose ball push will keep it here with Canada. Now 5 saves in the quarter for Emily Chandler. Good feed inside, behind the back, stop by Chandler. That was a great look for Kruger, but too good. Emily Chandler read it. Another one inside. The shot is wide and out of bounds. Last touch by Canada. So England's defense holding strong on that one. 17 saves for Emily Chandler, England's goalie. 12 of those saves coming here in the second half. And the offense gets something going. Neville shoots wide, though that hit Halso. And that's the tough thing for the goalie here in this situation. With the non-backup rule, you don't want to touch that if you think it's going to go out of bounds, but obviously you don't want to let it go into the goal either. So you got to kind of read it, figure out, am I going to be able to stop this cleanly or should I just let it go? That one gets by Halso. Megan Whittle with her first today. She has to say finally. Now scored in all 3 games for England. 3 goals against Canada in the opener, 2 goals this morning against Haudenosaunee. Now 6 goals in this tournament for Megan Whittle, the former Terp. No one home on that pass, out of bounds. But we have a delayed penalty coming. I think it's on Whittle. Yellow card, knocked the goggles off of Chevry. Woman up again for Canada. Erica Evans to trigger it in. Minute 50 to play. Canada eyeing a 3-0 start to this tournament. One more game in the round robin coming your way in about an hour is going top shelf and scoring for goal number 15 is Canada. And a quick turnover. I believe that was Delana Williams that may have gotten that last goal. Still woman up here for Canada. Great ball movement. Inside, Evans just couldn't get the quick stick. Now Kruger stepped out of bounds. Tough to tell with some of these lines, but she did step over that sideline.
Last minute of play in this quarter, last minute.
Stole it away. Kruger.
Canada goal, scorer number 15, Delana Williams. Assist number 22, Shawnee Wallace.
Delana Williams getting credit for that 15th goal, her 3rd of the game. Feet inside. Nice stop by Chandler. Down to 24 seconds. Timeout England as they want to talk things over. So a disappointing game here for England, but number 20 in goal for Emily Chandler, for England, Emily Chandler has just been tremendous. 18 saves now in this game, double digits in all 3 games now. And she is doing her best to try to keep England in it, but the offense hasn't been able to get enough going. And credit Canada on offense as well, because the ball movement has just been terrific. So sharp. And you can really see, I mean, the difference for Canada, even from the first game now to today, has just been unbelievable in just getting everybody getting a feel for each other. Obviously, these players, some of them have played together, others have not entering this event. And so having a feel for one another now after playing a couple of games together and having a feel for this discipline, because some don't have a lot of experience in this discipline if you didn't play in the World Games. And getting a feel for it, you can see the talent really shining through now for Canada.
That's it, girls.
England's still a player down, so playing keep away here is Liv Thomas. Trying to find any kind of space. Shot clock violation, and that is the end of this game. 15-8 your final. Canada moves to 3-0 here in the World Lacrosse Super Sixes event. Their first time hosting this event, and they are undefeated with another win over England. They sweep the 2 games against the English. They'll look to move to 4-0 when they finish up round robin play. 2 p.m. Eastern time against the Haudenosaunee. Meanwhile, for England, their day is over. They are 0-3 in this tournament. They'll play their final game coming up tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern time against Haudenosaunee. They'll look to bounce back after the come-from-behind win by Haudenosaunee in the first game. As the two teams here will shake hands and we will honor some players of the game. Great sportsmanship shown by all of the programs and organizations we've had play so far this weekend. These three teams were all part of the same group in the World Games. So obviously some of the players very familiar with each other, whether it was in the World Games or the World Championships.
I always find it interesting sometimes when people get into the perhaps maybe like what you're doing.
And these two teams will now honor the players of the game, and we'll stay with it before we say goodbye.
For Team England, number 3, Alice Ripper.
Alice Ripper, a couple of goals for England. Your player of the game here. And for Canada, let's see.
For Team Canada, number 12, Megan Kinna.
Megan Kinna honored this time around. So Kinna and Ripper, your players of the game. Canada victorious 15-8. Reminder, we will be back here 2 p.m. Eastern time, the final game here of 3 of the day from the World Lacrosse Super Sixes event in Oshawa, Ontario. We will see you then, but for now we say so long. For our entire crew, I'm Travis Eldridge. Thanks for watching.